On today's show, unfortunately, Prince Harry isn't going to be too happy. Lawyers finally will get their comeuppance, and we could all be in for a massive payday. Let's begin. Prince Harry, the master of the disappearing acts. Now you see him in his royal title, and now you don't. It's like a royal game of magical illusion, isn't it, where titles vanish quicker than a rabbit in a top hat. But let's just rewind to a time when Prince Harry graced us with his presence, and from what I remember, had the quite grand idea of taxpayers footing the bill for his security. Well, how gracious of him, wasn't it? It's almost as if he wanted his very own royal security guards to protect him from the perils of the commoner life. And if that is the case, then read between the lines, Harry, but as you can tell, I'm not really much of a royalist at all. But the unfortunate sad thing is that Buckingham Palace has worked its digital magic and wipes away his HRH title from its website. But strangely, whilst the HRH title may have vanished from the digital realm, Prince Harry's full regal moniker made a majestic appearance during a court appearance, and that was His Royal Highness the Prince Henry Charles Albert David. Well, personally, I think they could have saved a little bit of time there and just called him something like Prince Ginger Pubes, because let's face it, I'm sure we had all known who that was. But he can't really have it both ways, can he? Presumably abandoning his royal duties to go live in another country and either having or wanting nothing to do with the royal family, yet it quite often seems he wants to keep his HRH title. I'm sorry, Harry, it doesn't really work that way. You can't have it both ways, I'm afraid. The article says that Buckingham Palace has ditched Prince Harry's HRH title from the royal family's website. The website now details Meghan as Duchess and has moved information about her education and career. Harry is also referred to, but just by name, rather than HRH title as well. But the Prince's full title was used when he appeared in court documents, and he was referred to as HRH the Prince Henry Charles Albert David, and it is normal for full legal names to be used during court appearances. The Prince had accused Rupert Murdoch's newspaper group of phone hacking and other unlawful activities. He claimed they were carried out on behalf of the tabloids, The Sun and now the defunct News of the World, from the mid-1990s until 2016. But unfortunately for Harry, Mr. Justice Fancourt ruled today that Harry cannot bring his claim against the news group newspapers, the NGN, publisher of The Sun and the now defunct News of the World, in relation to phone hacking. Those dodgy lawyers always looking out for their own paychecks instead of the public safety, it often seems. It's like they're on a commission for every deportation they can halt, isn't it? Help a migrant get a bonus, it appears. I mean, you know, who needs to uphold the law when you can just bend it like Beckham, right? It's almost as if they've got into the noble end of the law, isn't it? Just see how creatively they can break it. I mean, move over the rule of law, it's time for the rule of... Let's just make a deal. And then, of course, they'll put on their superhero capes and claim that they're doing it all for human rights. Well, I'm sorry, but what about our right to be safe, eh? But of course, silly me, who cares about that little thing called national security when there's a chance to score some brownie points on the humanitarian scale? And whilst admittedly, I'm guessing that the vast majority of these illegal boat people probably aren't actually criminals, some of them will be, especially if they've decided to chuck their phone and whatever else into the sea. Because why else wouldn't they want us to know who they are? So for the lawyers to actually help those people out who might intend to cause us harm, it's kind of like saying, well, I'm sorry, but Mr. Criminal, he can't be deported because his tears touched our hearts. But never mind that, he broke the law, and we've got to think about the public safety, haven't we? Not giving him a cosy blanket and a cup of tea. But now Suella Braverman has finally had enough, it seems. And not only is she, I'm guessing, bound to do another strong speech, but she's also going to bring in a task force. Yes, that's right, a task force that will hammer down justice on those enablers of deception. I'm talking about the lawyers who actually coach illegal migrants to spin their tales of woe and deception, and for them, they will face, wait for it, life imprisonment. Yes, that's right, life behind bars for those who thought that lying to save a migrant's bacon was a noble pursuit. The article says that bent lawyers, and I'm talking about dodgy ones, who encourage illegal migrants to make bogus claims face life in jail after a crackdown. Home Secretary Suella Braverman told a new task force to bring criminal cases against those who help illegal migrants dodge deportation by coaching them to lie. The Professional Enablers Task Force, very good sounding name there, launches today to coordinate the effort in government and law enforcement. Ministers hope this will lead to successful prosecutions, with lawyers found guilty of fraud facing up to life imprisonment under Section 25 of the Immigration Act. Authorities recently blew the lid on an immigration firm's links to a highly wanted human trafficker. And last week, the legal watchdog suspended 3 companies caught offering to submit false asylum claims. And it came after corrupt lawyers were found charging migrants thousands to invent a made-up cause to fight deportation. And Miss Braverman, who will today chair a roundtable with officials on the issue, said, "Crooked immigration lawyers must be brought to justice. Some are lying to help illegal migrants game the system. The British people want us to end the illegal migration, and I am determined to crack down on these immoral lawyers. But you know what? It seems our ever reliable water companies have been up to some interesting antics. These companies are now facing allegations of downplaying pollution incidents, which of course might not sound anything to worry about, but it affects our wallets. It's almost like them saying, why bother with accurate reporting? We can just hike up bills and watch the profits come in. The good news is that compensation is on the horizon now, offering a potential windfall for those who have paid their water bills recently. So get ready for the financial boost, which could leave you pleasantly surprised. But to be honest, this sort of thing never should happen in the first place, should it? It's kind of like daylight robbery, if you ask me, and there's just no excuse for it, especially if people are on water meters. It just makes me wonder how much longer that this would have gone on for, if of course no one noticed, was no doubt raising their prices, just like every other company seems to be nowadays, and obviously blaming it on the cost of living crisis as usual. The article says that 6 water companies are to face legal action over allegations of underreporting pollution incidents and overcharging customers. Severn Trent Water, Thames Water, United Utilities, Anglian Water, Yorkshire Water and Northumbrian Water could end up paying over £800 million in compensation to more than 20 million customers if the cases are successful. Professor Carolyn Roberts, an environmental and water consultant represented by Lee Day Solicitors, claims that these water companies have broken competition laws by misleading the Environment Agency and the regulator Ofwat. She alleges that there have been underreporting the number of sewage discharges, resulting in customers being unfairly overcharged for wastewater services, and that had sewage discharge reporting been accurate, it would have lowered customers' bills. The first claim brought on behalf of 8 million people against Severn Trent Water is estimated to be worth more than £330 million. Further claims will be brought against other companies in what Lee Day said is the first environmental collective action case of its kind. Water UK, though, said that accusations are entirely without merit and that 99% of sewage works are legally compliant. Anyone, though, who has paid a water bill to one or more of those companies from April 2020 or April 2017 for Severn Trent Water customers may be entitled to compensation if the claims are successful, and Lee Day is seeking money for customers on an opt-out basis, meaning that people only have to come forward to claim their compensation if the case is successful. And the good news is that the lawyers expect that any compensation is to be paid by the relevant water company and its shareholders, not by raising our bills. Unfortunately though, what actually might cost us quite a bit of money in the end is in this video, which I'm sure will lead to a lot of customers changing their supermarkets.